All right, what does the viewer need to know about their current situation? You may want to return back to something, go back to something. You're looking for oracle. Maybe you're low on money, feeling jealous, having a lot of jealousy these days, struggling with black and white thinking, or just seeing or being in a box, feeling like you're trapped. Maybe you've been eating a lot, or maybe you haven't been eating, or maybe you think someone is very, very beautiful, or a snack. Maybe you think that they're a cult leader, or maybe there's something very esoteric about this person or you yourself. Maybe you could have a lot of fear and very scared. Maybe this person is an influencer, or maybe you are an influencer. Maybe there's an energy of around you or your situation where you're feeling like F this situation. Maybe you feel like a simp, and maybe you're feeling triggered. What does collective need to know about the situation that can help them improve their life? How do you improve your life? You improve your life by going on a date. But this is not any kind of date. This is your dream person. So this is maybe a romance reading. Maybe your person is very important, a very important person, a very important lady, important person. Maybe you're important. Maybe one of you guys are very important. Don't know my hair. There's a masculine and a feminine. So this is definitely a masculine and feminine reading. It doesn't have to be, but somebody has masculine, somebody has feminine. No, I guess it has to be. Yeah, I ain't gonna tell that lie. It is. Maybe you guys are really good friends. That's why I said that. Maybe there's two women. That's why I said that. Maybe there's two women. But this could be LGBTQ reading, but one is masculine, one's not. Maybe one's like more like dancing and moving and flirty. Maybe one of them's maybe more agile, very limber. Maybe one of them likes to dance. Maybe you guys, one of the partners, people here, ends a superstar. And there's someone here that doesn't feel like they have the magic moves, that they don't move that way. You know, something about that. What else does the collective need to know? You're not making choices. I see you're not making any choice at all. You're not making a choice to go towards calmer waters. With your relationship, why you're not doing that? You're not choosing to go towards calmer waters. Spirit says, but you're done thinking. Part two. All right, so you're tired of resting. You're done thinking about something. What is the collective done thinking about? You're done thinking about... You're done thinking about this high priestess. Whatever it is, this high priestess, this must... Or maybe you're done listening to God, done listening to your inner knowing. Feels like you just have no direction, and that's what's being shown a light on. Like you don't know what to do. You don't feel like there is... You haven't been a good friend, and you don't feel like you're successful. But yet you want to come and offer this... You have this offer that you're trying to bring. This offer of nothing. You're trying to bring no stability. Because you feel like you don't have any legs. You don't feel like you don't have anything to offer. You know, like you're trying to offer this cup, but there's like no movement. There's no way to get there. Maybe you feel stuck. Yeah, hangman energy. But you're not stuck because the hangman's in reverse. So then what is this? You want to come back. Tell me more. You want to come back, but you move it in a different direction, and you're moving very slowly in a different direction. I see my left hand is itching. So there's a third party involvement. And the lack of working and the lack of team building as well. There could be a third party, and there's also a lack of team building. But you're not building with this third party or whatever. I'm saying more about this third party. You offered a relationship to this third party that was not abundant, did not give you what you want, caused you a lot of anxiety, a lot of loss and regret, a lot of depression, actually, not anxiety, more depression. And it's caused you to be in your feelings, and you lost your 9 of Pentacles. You lost the thing that you wanted, and you lost this beautiful union. And now you want to come out of this entrapment. You want to come out of this negative thinking mindset, and you want to be this emperor. But I feel like you're ruling in this very codependent way, because if you know the movie on the show, Stan, he's very codependent on Dorothy, which is funny because we still have Dorothy out here with our tarot cards. Still, I guess the girls are still talking about you after you left. If you see my lives, and you know we did some lives with the girls, all 4 of the girls. So Stan is out here, and he was married to Dorothy, and he was very codependent on her, so much too that the therapist that he saw gave him this monkey so that he'll have something to attach himself, because he's so attached to her. So maybe you're very attached to this person, and maybe it's unhealthy. But you want a relationship. Tell me why this is unhealthy. There's a breakup, there's been a divorce. So you want a relationship that's ended. What happened? All right, why did this divorce happen? This divorce happened because someone didn't go towards something. It could have been a car involved where someone didn't go towards someone didn't come towards something. And it's a Chariot card. So like there's a complete stop, a lot of stubbornness, a complete halt, a turnaround. Like, no, I'm not going that direction at all. And the Tower fell. And now there's a need to rebuild because the Tower's in reverse. So you didn't go the direction. Instead, a Tower came, and now you want to rebuild. And you want to let go of the burden because it's been hard. Because there's no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. And so maybe what you did, it feels like you don't want to make any more foolish mistakes. You don't want to be foolish anymore. You don't want to do that. This is your soulmate in reverse. At least you thought it was, and now it's in reverse. It's been a breakup. So again, this could be a LGBTQ plus reading because you have the 2 women out here. And you feel like you didn't get your manifestation. You must have asked for this, and you feel like it didn't work. This home that you were trying to build with this person. What else, Spirit? And it's like you had a deep knowing, but then it's like the deep knowing went away. And now you have grief about that. And now you're working on inner strength. Tell me more about what can the collective do to help the situation? Bring clarity, bring justice. What can they do to balance this energy out? You're being shy. So there must be a level of shyness. Maybe you need to talk to this person and you're just being shy. Your suppression. You don't want to, unwanted memories. You don't want to think about what you did. That's not how that works. Suppression is just going to come into your other relationships. You're just going to drag it everywhere. See, and that confirmation, she just failed. All right. Jumping to conclusions. You could be jumping to conclusions about what they would say, I just said it, comparing them to the last person. So you might have done that in a relationship, comparing them to other people, or you feel like you know women, or you know men, causing confusion, slow thinker. So you could be a slow thinker. You may know that you're a slow thinker. Some people know they think slow. Everybody ain't on an IQ level that's higher than other people. Stop playing. Everybody's good at different things, of course, right? Some people are really good at building cars. Some people are really good at building, fixing cabinets. But maybe when discerning or reading through material, it's not the same. And it's okay. Everybody has their gift. I think that intelligence it's almost like people get offended when you say intelligence is a gift until you start talking about IQ and I'm smart. Yes, you are smart in your own way. That doesn't mean that you can disseminate, decipher, delineate material that's written, because that is a gift. Everyone cannot decipher written words. If that's the case, then everybody would be doing it. So it's a gift. And it's almost like for a person who's intelligent, you really do feel shitted on because people think that you're a know-it-all. It's like, I'm not a know-it-all. I just have a gift that I can understand stuff. And I'm an oracle. Your person may be an oracle or a tarot reader. I'm one. Maybe they are. Maybe it's why you're part of the collective. Maybe your energies kind of connect with each other. You don't want to suppress. You don't want to suppress your memories. You don't want to suppress. You want to create instead. So when the memories come up, you want to write about them, draw about them, dance about them, do something with the memory, not just intellectualize and rationalize and start jumping to conclusions. Because that's when you externalize this, when you make it everybody else's problem. That's why you go back to the Cartman's drama triangle. That's when you create drama. Go back to my lives, watch my live video, the last one, the one with the last one I did, the last live I did. Never disrespect a woman. So you may have delight in the Lord. If you disrespect a woman, that is not a good idea, because when she begins to pray and go to spiritual court on you, you can say that you're right all you want in front of everyone else. But can you stand before the court of law? And people don't believe in karma. I don't know why. Let's see what has. Look at this. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Manipulation, gaslighter, sinner, a hater. That's what that is. If you think about the drama triangle, in the drama triangle, it says persecutor. What is a persecutor? Prosecutor. What is the prosecutor in the Bible? The great persecutor, the great prosecutor is Satan. Intelligence is a gift. Words. The great prosecutor is written in the Bible. And then the Kaufman's triangle, we're talking about prosecutor, the person. Prosecute. And that's what happens. You should have did this. You should have did that. You have put someone in a jail or in a courtroom and you're giving them charges. And your ego is doing that. The ego is the prosecutor. For those of you who understand astrology, that's your rising sign. Your rising sign is your prosecutor. Some of you may have children. If children were involved, I've been getting this download. If you have been hurting and harming people with children, you think that children's ancestors and angels ain't coming for you? Bet that up. Bet that up. People think it's just about the person. You're trying to get that person back, but they got children. If children were harmed, Sonic kids were harmed. If children were harmed in the mix, we're closing out. If kids were harmed, because Sonic came out, this is very clear. Kids twice, maybe two kids, more than one kids. If children were harmed, karma will happen. You can't just abruptly, if a person has abruptly did things or hurt a child, or the child was harmed in any shape, form, or fashion, emotionally, intellectually, physically, any type of harm to the child, I can't make... Ask me why I believe in tarot. Don't ask me why I believe in tarot. I can't make this up. I can't make it up. Betrayal. There's a betrayal. That's what happened. So either someone had to ghost, someone made someone ghost, some type of ghosting happened with the child. That is a betrayal. That is called abandonment wound. And if you left for another person, confirmation. Just got a confirmation. If you left for another person, you're gonna get a motherfucking perfect circle. The best things in life are free. I hope that you don't pass out. This is a flop response. Some of you may really be passing out right now, or maybe someone did pass out, or maybe someone had a flop response where they passed out, or they just slept for 2, 3, 4 days at a time, or 2 days at a time, or over from night, sun up to sundown. So somebody, Jesus, what's y'all catastrophizing this? So this is what you were doing. Somebody was doing, what if this? What if that? Manifesting. All you're doing is manifesting negative things. So you're a great manifester, whoever you are, but you're manifesting darkness. Stop it. It's called anxiety disorder, DSM-5. If you want to do the psychology world, DSM-5. If you want to do the spiritual world, sinner, demon. Stop it. Get that shit off. You go to a spiritual bath or some shit and go. Just go. Go find someone to clean that energy off of you. Pray that off of you. Because it's a generational one. And for yours, I don't believe in that, then go find a therapist. Denial. You can keep playing with me all day. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with spirit. Lie to yourself. It says lie to yourself. I'm not making this You must miss home. Am I making that up? I'm making that up. Same cards from earlier, Alan. Feeling like you're not their counterpart, feeling like you're less than, you're not Barbie's counterpart, you don't match. And this one pops out. Dr. Barbie, your person's a healer. One of y'all is a healer. In the healing profession, they may actually be a doctor or something like a doctor. The house is peaches and cream. You love being at that house. House peaches and cream. Did you like the peaches and creams at the house? Can't make this up. Collective. What does the viewer need to know? This has been a nightmare because you miss your person. What can the viewer do to change their trajectory? Grow up. Stop being immature. This is Rose Nyland. And balance your priorities. What's important to you? What would you say was important to you? What do you think is important to you? Internal strength. Like, stop being a coward. If that's what you're doing. Stop undergiving. Because judgment is called on you. And that's why you can't see your way. And that's why you're not going to get what you planted. The investments, the time and energy, all that you're telling everybody that you invested, all the energy that you're giving to tell, all the stuff that you feel like you've lost. It's because you don't have the courage to go get it. And that's what's hidden. That's balance. Courage. The lion on the yellow brick road. Courage. If you betray someone, what should you do? Still confused? Third party was involved? Justice is served? You tired of being a fuck boy or fuck girl? You want to be their counterpart? But you don't know how to do it? Because they're not playing that shit. Having fun with your friends? Not taking the lessons? They must be a singer confirmation for somebody. And maybe you think they're absolutely beautiful. Crystal Barbie. Doesn't get better than that. And maybe they're out of this world. Last one. Something that they can hang their hopes onto. What's something they can send hope towards? What can they hope? What can they hope for? You know, you don't have to be a ghetto cowboy. You're taller than this person. Or maybe your person's a tall person. So that's a confirmation for you. And a bar song. After all the bars are closed, tell me where you wanna go. What if, for curiosity, change your perspective? Yes, you had interference. Somebody interfered because you were made a snappy judgment. Ooh, sexy. What was sex? Sex you were maybe motivated by. You may have been in lustful energy. Getting all the kisses from the girls. Maybe you have. Oh, because you're sensitive? Oh. No more hiding. I'll be golden. Mm-hmm. Your prefrontal cortex is offline. That's why you're making stupid decisions if you're wondering, why do I keep doing this? You may have ADHD. You may have PTSD triggered. There's other factors that are going on with you. Your working memory organization, lack of emotional control. You may have a need to actually see a professional to get home. It was something about how it was done. How something was done. How the breakup happened, something was done. And then burning blue. And your friends, something about friends. You don't want somebody to figure something out. You don't want friends to figure it. You got to stop hiding. You have to be a very honest person. That karma's going to trail the fuck out of you. It's like someone doing sexual assault and then just thinking that they're never going to, just don't tell anybody ever. It eats them. You got to stop doing that. Not so serious. Stop minimizing. You try to think that whatever it is that you're doing, you're like, it's not that as bad as it sounds. I guarantee you it's as bad as it sounds. If you're showing up in spiritual core like this, where it's as bad as it sounds. Maybe you don't think it's that bad. What does God think? What does Spirit think? Spirit, divine white light, angels, ancestors, and guides, what do you think? You were reverting back to old behaviors, they said, because you weren't studying. You needed to study. You didn't have any coping skills, so when you got irritated or frustrated, you didn't have anything to do to, so you just went right back to the same old shit. That's what therapy would come in at. Something about the movies. You didn't want to be something like in the movies, or something about the movies. Something about being something in the movies. And you may be a masculine stud. Again, this could be an LGBTQ reading. That would be a confirmation for you if you're a stud. And then the soul survivor. You may be a soul survivor. You maybe have like came through a lot of stuff. Maybe you're a hard worker. You ain't got no problems keeping secrets. That's why you got here. Being a fuck boy or girl. That shit ended your relationship, but you want it back. You want your love back. Because you're heartbroken. Now you got boundaries. Oh no, you're blocked. Because you be sneaking and doing shit behind mischievous behind their back, or you think someone's doing behind your back. You're worried. Oh, you worried. You worried somebody don't. Now you're trying to manifest something. What you trying to manifest? A new idea? This Wheel of Fortune that you lost. This happy home. How did they do that? Stop projecting. Everything that you accuse them of doing, you've been doing. Everything that you say, all the next, that's gonna be a hard thing to hear. Go to that Kaufman drama triangle. In order to get out of the drama, you have to ask yourself, in which ways have I been a persecutor? Very easy. If you should do this and you should do that, and that's this. Mental filtering, black and white thinking, you got to go to a therapist so you can learn the ones that you're doing, how you're projecting. Projecting comes from jumping to conclusions. It's because of your own internal shit. Hard to hear, but it's the truth. That puts you in a mirage. Can't see shit the way it really is. That's why you're in a drama triangle, and you're the only person that thinks that you're in a drama. Everybody else can see it's you. Stop intellectualizing, looking at things from a clinical perspective, focusing on the facts and the data, and they did this and that happened and that happened and that shit will fuck you up every time. It's called intellectualizing. Don't do it. Aim and ambition. Again, intellectualizing, a mind reader, assuming, jumping to conclusions, assuming. The person's an empath. They can feel everything, so they feel that shit. Music. These are confirmations. And repression. You must be repressing domestic abuse, domestic violence, child abuse. You must have came from child abuse. So maybe perhaps that happened. Loyal, maybe you're hoping that will be a loyal because you had a side chick. You were loyal to your side chick? Fuck out of here, displacement. Oh, someone else's fault because you blamed your other person, and so now it's their fault. Are you bisexual or you think they're bisexual? Walk in the light. Oh, you're bisexual. Are you bisexual? Or you thought they were bisexual? Tell me something more about this bisexual. Oh, you think they're bisexual. Oh, because they're blissed out and you're comparing yourself to other people. You think they're going to talk to someone else. Oh, if this is a woman, you think they're going to talk to another guy. You think they're going to go be with a man. You think they're bisexual. You think they're going to go start talking back to men because they're a star and everyone's looking at them. And they're of good service. They're good at they're being in the community, and they clean things up. They're very clean, and they're not sneaky. Then why did you leave this person? To be a part of the community. Have fun with your community. You don't want the community anymore, right? You want the legend, and you want the self-care. You don't want to be emotional vampire anymore. Well, will this person